Rahu Mahadasha, which is actually the most feared Mahadasha after the Saturn. Now Rahu Mahadasha lasts for 18 years. And during these 18 years, the two lines that need to be kept in mind are, keep in mind, life is all the result of choices. The choices we make determines our fate. So this is the time to practice alertness, awareness, introspection, and many other such adjectives that help you know yourself. Now understand the planet of Rahu. The planet of Rahu talks about the grit, the determination, and the resilience within a person. Rahu is a planet which gives you disillusionment, it gives you falsehood, it gives you maya, it gives you greed, it makes you materialistic, it makes you, want all those things be actually what we term as evil thoughts. For me, no thoughts are evil. I feel according to an individual's need, the person starts becoming greedy for that. I may be greedy for having good relationships or multiple relationships, or I may be greedy to experience more wealth, and more is never enough. So we become materialistic, we become greedy, and we want more and more and more. I've already explained about the Rahu Mahadasha. Now I'm going to be patiently explaining to you the Antardashas. I've explained the major period, now I'll be explaining the sub-periods, that when the dragon's head or Rahu Mahadasha takes place. Right, we have these sub-periods in these 18 years for a particular time. We start with the Rahu Mahadasha and the Rahu Antardasha. Again, which is very, very dreaded because people tend to get petrified thinking that I am undergoing a Rahu Mahadasha and now I am undergoing a period of probably it could be 1.5 to 2 year period where it talks about the Rahu sub-period. What happens during this time? The planet Rahu, which is one of the most malefic planets in our astrological arena and is perceived to bring most of adverse impacts on human life. If you've listened to my video of the Mahadasha, the Rahu Mahadasha, you will stop fearing about it by now. That a little bit of introspection, a little bit of practicality, a little bit of self-belief and confidence will help you tide over the situation. Now, what happens exactly when the Rahu Antardasha or the sub-period of Rahu is in Rahu Mahadasha? It makes the life of a person tough. And it carries harshness and hurdles in people's life. That means you will overcome obstacles. You will have obstacles come your way. You'll be hassled. You'll be hassled on the smallest pretext. You will feel as if things are happening, had they to happen now. And like the way they say that problems come in abundance. So the problems do come in abundance. Now, my perception of this thing is that already the mind is in fear, and whenever the mind is in fear, you will analyze and you will probably be critical of the smallest hassles coming your way. According to me, life is never easy, but in the Rahu Mahadasha, we are actually looking at life, which is never easy, as the most tough period in our life. Because suddenly we start feeling the toughness of the life. Now the natives of the shadow planet Rahu would require to walk over a fragile path and would be made to confront many obstacles, and it is very rare and with very few combinations of placement when Rahu emerges benefic and positive. Now again you guys are going to say that is my Rahu benefic or positive? Now here I want you to understand, if you build the resilience within yourself and you are able to be confident and overcome the fear which generally, see, Rahu is a shadow planet. So fear is a shadow. Fear is something which is subconsciousness within you. If you take out this fear from your mind, be a little practical and only believe yourself without dependency upon other people, you will be able to overcome all these obstacles. The Rahu Mahadasha or the major period is generally believed to be a segment of agony and miseries, when difficulties would be present in most of the aspects and the person would confront much hardship. It would be a state of highly unstable form of mind. And there will be much fluctuations, and these fluctuation causes distress to the person and delays in a person's life. It is something like forewarned is forearmed. So when I'm trying to explain to you this, it does not mean that your life is going to be fraught with difficulties. But it means that life will not be easy. Forewarned is forearmed. My Mahadasha of Rahu is going on and my Antardasha of Rahu is going on. It is like two strong things that have come together. So I am mentally prepared that I may get fire from all sides. How I cross the fire with my resilience, how I cross the fire with my confidence is going to help me tide this period through, rather than crying, fuming, fretting and getting burnt in the fire because, oh, I am not able to do anything. Please turn the inability into ability, the weakness into your strength. When I am warned that there are problems going to come my way, and if I welcome those problems, trust me, there won't be any problems. They won't be magnified. Your weakness magnifies them. The native could get involved in immoral and evil deeds because, see, the quick money, the greed, the falsehood, the delusion. So you may tend. Now what you need to do during, every individual 100% knows exactly whether he is doing an immoral deed or knows exactly whether his purity of intent is there or not there. He exactly knows he is being manipulative. So I refuse to believe when people come and tell me, I didn't realize it when I got sucked into it. Now the very fact that you've realized it after you have got sucked into it is a dichotomy. You knew and you willingly wanted to get sucked into it because you knew that it may bring in quick money, or you knew that I'm going to enjoy the relationship. So these are the immoral and evil deeds that are put in front of you. How you choose to go through it is your choice, because if you have gone through it, then you should be responsible enough to know that you have to get the repercussions. Or if you are determined and you are disciplined and you know that you don't allow yourself to get sucked into it, you will be overcoming the obstacles very fast. So it says the native would get enclosed with many enemies and would face separations from his or her closed ones. Now obviously if you're going to become self-centered, if you're going to completely get into all these falsehoods of life, get over greedy, over materialistic, I would say get into immoral, who would like to befriend such a person? So slowly and steadily your own actions, when people get away from you, is a reaction to your actions. It doesn't mean that one day people just get up and say that they don't like you. They don't like you for a reason. Okay, one person may not like you, but if it is a pattern, becoming a pattern in your life during this Mahadasha, then you definitely need to do introspection and take a reality check about yourself, that people are separating from me, my jobs are being lost out. I cannot blame it on the planets. Somewhere I am doing wrong, and if you can rectify that, you will be able to do much better in life. So during the Rahu Antardasha, there are chances that a person may not get the support of his superiors. There are chances the person may not get the support of his closed and loved ones also. And there could be a loss of respect and position. You must answer this question yourself. Why? And in case if you can comprehend that here is where you are going wrong, rectifying it doesn't take much time. In case you feel that you are innocent and still people are, behaving the way they are behaving, what goes out of your pocket if you can have confidence in your intelligence and find another job? That's God's indication of telling you, okay, fine, you're not respected here, then it is high time to pack your bags up and to start searching for a new job rather than waiting for things to be changed here. Don't expect that once the Rahu Dasa is gone, my respect and position will come back. Respect and position is going to come back only due to your attitude or due to your productivity to an XYZ organization or a relationship. So again, two choices when such hurdles come your way is either to completely change your stance and take a new path, which an astrologer would tell you that now is the time for you to take a new path, or to rectify yourself in the same scenario if you do not have the confidence of moving forward. So there could be some change in your personal and professional places and some diseases also coming your way. Like if you see the venereal diseases, the asthma or the urinary ailments or the drainage of your energy is a complete direct byproduct of your lifestyle. So lifestyle changes are required during this time. On the other part, I would again say you can actually make your ill-placed Antardasha Rahu as a well-placed one if you could reverse all the impacts and bring in goodness in your life with discipline and determination, because Rahu is a shadow planet. The main planet is Saturn. So if you don't come under the illusions and delusions of Rahu and you have your own set of values, trust me, you can overcome everything and not fear. While talking about all these major periods and sub-periods, it's very important that not to take a generic view of it. My endeavor is to make you understand that when these Antardashas happen or when these Mahadasas are happening in your life, how should you react and act. But in actual, it's very important to know your natal chart, because once you know your natal chart, you are actually very face to face, or you are aware of your attitudes, and which actually determines your altitude. It's very important to know what is your subconscious mind, how resilient you are or how not resilient you are. So when you go to a learned astrologer and know about your natal chart, that which is the Mahadasa going on you, which is the Antardasa going on you, and which are the energies in your body that are getting affected. By the virtue of energized stones, you can balance those energies in your body and make that particular period in which you are finding the obstacles or in which you are finding that these things are putting hurdles and you are unable to overcome them, it becomes easier for you to overcome the obstacles. It's something like when a car breaks down, you know that whether the exhaust has broken down or whether the gas is not being properly pushed or the pedal or whatever the various mechanics. So you can probably get an overall view of this is what has happened to the car. For it to run smoothly, you need to reach a mechanic who will rectify that situation. So similarly in life, when you make your natal chart done, you can actually get a view of your real self and how you can make your life successful, what is the period in which your energies can be high. And I don't wait for periods. It's important to know to start your success from the period you realize it, that this is what is happening, this is how I'm going to sow my seeds, and obviously my future life is going to be smooth, it is going to be happy without any fear or clutter in life. So the success starts now. Be aware of your natal chart. Don't feel that you are falling a prey to illusions. Don't feel that these are some kind of studies that make you weak. They don't make you weak. In fact, the study of your own self makes you a much stronger person and a force to reckon with.